54% of the candidates don't negotiate their salary. Isn't that crazy? It's just sad that most people accept the first offer they get, leaving a huge chunk of potential earnings on the table. Why? Fear, lack of information, or simply not knowing how to negotiate. I know what some of you might be thinking. What if negotiating makes me look greedy? What if I lose the offer? What if I don't even know how to negotiate properly? Let me clear this misconception right now. Negotiating your salary the right way does not put your job offer at risk. In fact, done correctly, it actually makes you look more professional, confident, and valuable in the eyes of the employer. Hi, I'm Jyoti Pandey, and we are here to help you build a successful career in 2025. Before we start, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to get the latest career insight and expert guidance to take your career to the next level. In this video, we'll break down exactly how to negotiate with confidence, what to say, when to say it, and how to get the salary you actually deserve. By the end of this video, you will have all the answers to those interviewer questions to negotiate your salary effectively. So let's get started. Walking into negotiation without salary research is like entering a battlefield without armor. You are unprepared, vulnerable, and at the mercy of whatever number the employer throws at you. But when you arm yourself with data, the conversation shifts. You are no longer guessing. You are confident, informed, and in control. Here's how you do it. Number 1, check websites like Glassdoor, PayScale, and LinkedIn Salary Insights to see what others in your role are making. Number 2, look at job description from similar companies to see their posted salary ranges. Number 3, talk to industry peers or mentors who can give you insider insights. When you research your salary in advance, you will be 10x more confident with negotiating. When recruiters see that you have done your homework, they take you more seriously. They know you are not just hoping for a good offer, but expecting one. Think of a salary negotiation like a chess game. The recruiter's job is to stick to the company's budget, while your job is to maximize your earnings. But here's where most people make a critical mistake. They reveal their salary expectations too early. The golden rule of negotiation is this: the first person to say a number usually loses. Why? Because when you throw out a number first, you run the risk of undervaluing yourself before you even know that what they are willing to offer. Let's look at a real world example. Imagine the company is prepared to offer you 20 lakh per annum, but you don't know that. If instead of waiting, you blurt out, I was thinking around 15 LPA. You have just cost yourself 5 lakhs instantly. So what's your move should be? Let them give a number first. Now you might be thinking, what if they insist on me saying my expectation first? Don't worry, we have got you covered. Instead of guessing a number and risking underselling yourself, you can turn the question back on them with this response. I'm excited about this role and would love to understand more about the total compensation package before discussing a specific figure. This approach keeps you in control while ensuring that the recruiter reveals their budget first. And guess what? Most recruiters already have a salary range in their mind. They just don't want to share it unless they have to. So, what are your salary expectations? At this moment, many candidates feel a wave of anxiety. 1,000 thoughts race through their minds. Should I say a number? Would it be too high? What if it's too low? What if I offend them? What if I lose the opportunity? And in this uncertainty, most people fall into one of two common traps. Whatever you think is fair.
It's a trap!
This might seem polite, but it signals uncertainty and lack of confidence. Employers want to hire people who know their worth. If you leave it entirely up to them, you could end up with an offer far below what you deserve. I was thinking around 12 LPA.
It's a trap!
Here's the problem with this response. You just showed up your cards too early. If they were ready to offer 18 or 20 lakh per annum, you just lost a significant amount of money. The company will always lean towards the lower end if they know you are comfortable there. So what's a perfect response? Here's how you take back control. I would love to understand full scope of responsibilities and benefits before discussing a specific number. Could you please share the budget for this road? This response is powerful because it does two things at once. It flips the question back onto them and it positions you as a strategic thinker. What if they insist on you giving a number? Some recruiters might respond with, "We don't have a fixed budget. It depends on the candidate expectations. So, what's your number?" So, how do you handle this? Simple. Stay calm and say, "I completely understand. Based on my research and industry standard for this role in companies of similar size and stage, I would expect something in the range of X to Y LPA. But of course, I would love to learn more about the full compensation package and growth opportunities before finalizing a number." This answer works because it shows you have done your research. It still leaves a room for negotiation. It communicates flexibility while setting clear expectations. Imagine you are in a salary discussion and the recruiter gives you an offer that sounds decent. Your first instinct might be to say, "That works." But wait, the first offer is rarely the best. Many companies inflate salary packages by including bonuses, ESOPs, and incentives, making the number sound bigger than your actual take-home pay. Rule number 1. Pause and ask for a breakdown. We are offering 20 lakhs, including 2 lakhs as bonus and 4 lakhs as ESOPs. That sounds interesting. Can you break how much is fixed salary versus bonuses? This reveals the true value of the offer. If 6 lakh is tied up in stock and bonuses, your actual salary is only 14 lakhs. Rule number 2. Counter with a higher justified number. Instead of just asking for more, set the anchor higher. I appreciate the offer. Given my experience and industry standard, I would expect it closer to 24 LPA with a higher fixed salary. Is there flexibility on that? This approach shows gratitude while advocating for yourself. Use this anchoring to push the number higher and leave room for negotiation. Pro tip, always counter slightly higher than your actual goal. If you want 22 lakh, ask for 24 lakh. So even if they negotiate down, you land where you want. If they say, "This is our best offer," explore other perks like bonuses, paid time off, or an early salary review. Never accept an offer without analyzing, countering, and negotiating. One of the strongest negotiation tools is having another offer. When employers know you have options, your value instantly increases. Here's how to use it strategically. We are offering 20 lakh per annum. Does that work for you? I appreciate the offer. To be fully transparent, I have another offer at 22 LPA. I would love to work here. Would you be open to matching or exceeding that? Why this works? It shows transparency. You are not demanding, just stating facts. It positions you as a high value candidate. It gives them a reason to improve their offer. Golden rule. Never bluff about having another offer. If they call your bluff, you lose credibility. If you have no competing offer, no problem. Instead say, "Based on market trends, similar roles offer 22 to 24 LPA. Is there room to align closer to that range?" And if they won't budge, be willing to walk away. Sometimes that's what it takes to get what you deserve. And that's how you negotiate your salary like a pro. Now tell me in the comments what's the biggest challenge you have faced while negotiating salary. And if you found this video helpful, hit a like, subscribe and share it with a friend who needs this. Thanks for watching.